School of Nursing at AUB is changing the image of nursing in Lebanon and the region. We continue to graduate the best professional bedside nurses. We are currently preparing advanced practice nurses at the master's level who are occupying cutting-edge positions in the healthcare sector.
An oncology nurse is a nurse that cares for cancer patients. As a nurse working in this area, we are constantly handling chemotherapy agents, hormonal agents, and are constantly caring for patients, specifically symptom management.
Palliative care has been recently recognized as an official medical discipline in Lebanon. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of patience to be a palliative care nurse, a lot of kindness, a lot of caring also.
I work very closely with the school administration in promoting physical, mental, and emotional health among students.
By blending academia with clinical education, I have been successful in providing my undergraduate and graduate nursing students with wider clinical exposure, dynamic learning environment, and a better transition to future careers.
Clinical nurse specialists are the cornerstone of the multidisciplinary approach. And it's hard to overstress the importance that the nursing services provides in taking care of older persons.
Managing an assisted living center is really challenging, and at the same time, it's very rewarding. It's nice to see how residents who live here feel that they are independent, they have choices to make, they enjoy life, they do some activities, they go out, they enjoy life as it is every day.
As an international student, I chose nursing because nursing enables individuals to positively impact people from all ages and backgrounds.
I chose nursing because it provides great job opportunities directly after graduation and because it's a very well-respected profession internationally.
Our faculty are dedicated teachers, they are professional clinicians and expert researchers.
Our research priorities include faculty members' track areas, which is like psychiatry, administration, adult care, and community, and women's health.
So we teach students to look at the research and base their best practices on research and not simply follow what they see being done.
The Honorary School of Nursing taught me how to provide nursing care on a spiritual, cultural, and psychological dimension.
Being an academic associate at the Honorary School of Nursing has enriched my skills and expertise in academia.
Our role influences remarkably the way quality healthcare is being delivered. For me, that's what the Honorary School of Nursing has really prepared me for.
I spent 3 wonderful years at the School of Nursing. And through the courses I took, the projects I prepared, I gained knowledge and developed many skills and competencies.
I learned how to translate knowledge into practice in the setting where I work in the most efficient ways and structured ways.
We at the School of Nursing believe that we have shattered the traditional image of the nurse by expanding our boundaries and placing the nurse as an equal partner in healthcare.
I have met role models at the School of Nursing who always believed in my potentials and always encouraged me to expand my goals at the institutional, national, and international levels.
For me as a geriatrician, one of the greatest rewards of what I do is the privilege of working with a group of committed and dedicated nurses.
Honorary School of Nursing taught me how dedication, commitment, and perseverance really leads to success.
I'm grateful that I earned my master's degree from the Honorary School of Nursing.
I'd like to thank the Honorary School of Nursing for allowing me to view the full nursing profession and to value its importance.
I am a nurse.
I'm proud to say I'm a nurse.
I'm happy to become a nurse.
I'm a nurse.
I'm honored to be a nurse.
I am proud to be a nurse.
It's great to be a nurse.
It's amazing to be a nurse.
I'm honored to be a nurse.
I'm proud to be a nurse.
I'm a political science student, and I'm going for a semester abroad in Denmark.
Honestly, the deciding factor for me to go to Paris was mainly experience.
I think that Denmark will give me the opportunity to know how to do journalism. It will help me to know more about the EU politics, about world politics, and I will have the chance to meet politicians themselves.
I don't want to just sit within a box and have everything fed to me through a spoon. I want to travel, I want to venture on my own. I want to see the world through my eyes, not through anyone else's eyes.
My mom at the beginning didn't trust me, but then she agreed. My dad, he told me, I'll support you in whatever you want. And my brother, of course, he's gonna miss me, but I'm gonna see him when I come back from Denmark. The same is with my friends. Some of them didn't want me to leave, but at the end of the day, I have taken the decision.
My parents completely supported this because my family's background is very education oriented.
أول شيء أنا كتير مبسوطة، كتير حابة وكتير سعيد للموضوع. أكيد إنه صعب وقت بتفارقك بنتك صغيرة، وخصوصا أنا مش متعودة يفارقهم أبداً، بس هيدا الشيء أكيد لصالحها.
نحن بدنا نفقد له شوي، بس كل واحد كل شخص بيعرف كيف مصيره كيف طريقه.
هالمرة رح يضل 4 أشهر، مدة طويلة، أكيد بدنا نفقد له كتير. أنا بتشكر الجامعة الأمريكية لأنها عم بتقدم فرص مهمة للتلاميذ.
I have the opportunity to live by myself and to know how to manage budget, how to clean my room, and how to do so many things that I'm not used to. Thanks to AUB and to studying abroad program, I will be able to do so.
I'm not going to lie, there are so many ambivalent emotions within me. I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm scared. But what I can say is I'm so grateful to AUB for giving me this chance to go outside the box, and I'll let you know all the details when I get back.
I have an advice for those people that want to go to Denmark. And one is not to think twice about it. And two, I'll definitely tell you more when I'm back.
I'm really happy to be back. I feel like this is where I belong and this is my home.
Being back at AUB has been amazing. I saw my friends, I saw my old professors, and now I'm ready to graduate.
I started working for a company called Graduate Promotions. I had to be a student marketeer. I had to present and talk about different companies like JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank.
I had the opportunity to work on different topics, different strategies, different styles, and that's something that I will definitely use in the future.
No matter where I traveled, I always had Lebanon at the back of my head. And I was always thinking of how this certain scenario could apply to Lebanon or not.
My roommate and I had a huge apartment. It was clean, it was big. We had our own kitchen and we were able to cook our own food. We even had our own reunions in our house. One of the most memorable things of my experience was having the opportunity to go to Brussels and go to the European Parliament and meet European parliamentarians.
She came back, I think she was, in the beginning, just a bit calmer because she had a lot to think about, a lot to process, a lot to reflect on. And I also think she appreciated AUB a bit more after she came back.
It's a learning experience that everyone should have to go through because we're at an age where the one thing we should be doing is growing and learning, appreciating and enriching ourselves.
If I had the opportunity to change anything of my semester abroad experience, I would change nothing.
Age is not a place where action stops. It gives me momentum to do more and more. It gives me a trust in what I'm doing. It gives me kind of appreciation for my life and for the life of others.
My friends introduced me to this University for Senior program, and I was really enthusiastic about it because it has opened up some aspects for me.
I wanted to widen my horizon and to join the AUB community.
The networking I re-established with old colleagues and with the university, with many of the leaders and with the community in Ras Beirut was definitely a positive advantage in addition to refreshing knowledge.
It is building our connection with the young generation who sometimes they are giving us the courses.
I really needed to do something first to continue the education, which the classes is a continuing of education. Plus, I am used to going to theaters, musicals, and operas, and I found it on this campus. It's a variety of entertainment, and that adds to my life a lot of good touch.
لم يتسنى لي أن أكون في الريجن من الجامعة الأمريكية، ولكن حالياً بانتسابي ومتابعتي للدروس والنشاطات في جامعة الكبار أحقق حلمي الذي حلمت به منذ حوالي 45 أو 50 سنة.
The courses were very interesting and challenging.
In fact, the variety is quite big. It ranges from simple instructions in using smartphones to philosophy courses to highly technical courses in geology and in philosophy and so on.
The University for Seniors program grew beyond the expectations throughout the past 5 years, and this is definitely thanks to our members, to our volunteers, whether they are lecturers or committee members, and definitely thanks to the generous people who believed in the program and saw its value and therefore decided to support it financially.
The vision is to change the face of aging in Beirut and Lebanon and the region. And the mission is really to reach out and create opportunities for people to participate in university programs.
It's fun. I have fun as much as I see that people are having fun in my classes. It allows me a little bit to get out of my routine and to prepare things that are not usually part of my bread and butter. Actually, I'm a surgeon, but I give lectures about something totally different.
We want our older population to be socially engaged, to be intellectually challenged, and learning new things.
And this program is really giving them an opportunity. They can still learn, they can still give, they can still be engaged, they can still benefit, they can still enjoy life and simply be happy.
Studies have shown that the more positivity, the more positive vibe we can give to this older population, the better life and the healthier life they can lead.
We have members who range in age from 50 to mid-80s. They come from all over Beirut and even from beyond Beirut.
My experience in dealing with seniors has been very inspiring, and the program actually changed my view on aging. Seniors, especially nowadays, are vibrant, dynamic, energetic, full of life, independent. Plus, they have the time because they have fulfilled their professional and family duties. In addition to that, they have the wisdom and the experience to know what they want, to go after it, and to make the best out of it and really enjoy it.
The social interaction is very nice. I mean, when I am in a supermarket or at a dinner and people recognize me and come forward and thank me for my lecture and tell me how much they're enjoying the UFS, I think it's a win-win situation.
When people write to us saying that, for instance, my dad is a changed man since he joined your program. Someone else writes to us saying that the program was life-changing. Another one says that it has opened up a whole new world for her. You can really feel this whenever you attend any of our classes or any of our social and cultural events. You can directly, immediately feel the positive vibes. You can feel happiness all around.
My friends and my community have noticed the change in my life. And when they knew that it is the University for Seniors, they were very much interested in knowing more and be involved.
جامعة الكبار منارة.
Revival.
Enlightening. Mind stimulating.
Very beneficial.
Challenging.
Enjoyable.
Fun.
Diversity.
It's a wide sharing.
Hi, we are deeply grateful for AUB donors for their generous contributions to our university, and we would like to show them in our own way what this means to us.
My parents weren't able to pay all this amount, all this tuition fees, because they have my sister and my brother to look after them. And the financial aid was our solution.
My father passed away when I was 4, and my mom, she's a single mom, and we've lived off my dad's retirement our entire lives. So I knew if I didn't receive the financial aid, I wouldn't be able to go to AUB.
When I heard back from the foundation that I get accepted here, I felt ecstatic.
I called my mom right away, and it was a very emotional phone call for both of us.
Then I posted it on Facebook.
AUB gave me an opportunity to experience crucial years of my life where, becoming an adult gave me this opportunity to experience them to my largest capability, to become who I think I was really meant to be for them.
I'm so grateful to be at AUB. Not only did it allow me to build my personality and expand as a human being, but it also made me expand my connections, both academically and social-wise.
This is something beyond description. To give money for the sole purpose of contributing to society in this manner, in education.
Without these scholarships, I know that I wouldn't have been part of AUB, and I wouldn't have fulfilled my dream of being a nurse.
Your donation has given me the opportunity to actually be someone that can make change. And that is the best gift I have ever received.
I'm giving my financial aid donor a promise that he will look someday at me and say, this is the girl I invest in.
My donor gave me an opportunity to make a difference in this world.
I'm thankful for financial aid. It changed my life.
I'm thankful to AUB for giving me the opportunity to become a medical doctor.
I'd really like to thank all the AUB donors.
Without you and your contribution,
we wouldn't have the means
to be who we are.
School of Nursing at AUB is changing the image of nursing in Lebanon and the region. We continue to graduate the best professional bedside nurses. We are currently preparing advanced practice nurses at the master's level who are occupying cutting-edge positions in the healthcare sector.
An oncology nurse is a nurse that cares for cancer patients. As a nurse working in this area, we are constantly handling chemotherapy agents, hormonal agents, and we are constantly caring for patients, specifically symptom management.
Palliative care has been recently recognized as an official medical discipline in Lebanon. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of patience to be a palliative care nurse, a lot of kindness, a lot of caring also.
I work very closely with the school administration in promoting physical, mental, and emotional health among students.
By blending academia with clinical education, I have been successful in providing my undergraduate and graduate nursing students with wider clinical exposure, dynamic learning environment, and a better transition to future careers.
Clinical nurse specialists are the cornerstone of the multidisciplinary approach. And it's hard to overstress the importance that the nursing services provides in taking care of older persons.
Managing an assisted living center is really challenging, and at the same time it's very rewarding. It's nice to see how residents who live here feel that they are independent, they have choices to make, they enjoy life, they do some activities, they go out, they enjoy life as it is every day.
As an international student, I chose nursing because nursing enables individuals to positively impact people from all age and backgrounds.
I chose nursing because it provides great job opportunities directly after graduation and because it's a very well-respected profession internationally.
Our faculty are dedicated teachers, they are professional clinicians and expert researchers.
Our research priorities include faculty members' track areas, which is like psychiatry, administration, adult care, and community, and women's health.
So we teach students to look at the research and base their best practices on research and not simply follow what they see being done.
Excellencies, honored guests, alumni, members of the faculty and staff, candidates for degrees, friends, President Peter Dorman, I declare that this 146th commencement of the American University of Beirut to be now assembled and in session for the purpose of the day. I also proclaim open the 13th ceremony since 1969 for the awarding of honorary doctorates at the American University of Beirut by conferring degrees on these outstanding individuals. AUB reaffirms the institutional values that have been the foundation of its excellence and of its renown.
Your Excellency, Deputy Mohammed Qabbani, representing Prime Minister Tamam Salam, and Speaker of Parliament Nabi Berri, Your Excellencies, members of the AUB Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, friends, and especially the graduates of the class of 2015 and their families. مساء الخير وأهلا وسهلا فيكم. اليوم مناسبة سعيدة لكل الحاضرين جميعا. الطلاب الذين أتموا سنين دراستهم الصعبة والعائلات التي سهرت على تقدم أبنائها وبناتها ودعمتهم عبر السنوات. En outre, je tiens également à souhaiter une chaleureuse bienvenue à nos élèves et à leurs familles de la culture francophone qui a ajouté une dimension de telle richesse de la vie culturelle au Liban et qui a joué un rôle précieux dans la diversité de notre campus. It is my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you to the 146th celebration of commencement exercises at AUB, as the university awards diplomas to 535 students receiving graduate degrees. For all of the members of the class of 2015 at AUB, I offer my warmest congratulations. Our university is a community of extraordinary individuals and groups, all of whom are passionately devoted to the vigor and the long-lasting success of one of the great experiments in education ever undertaken in the Middle East, chartered over 150 years ago. The aspirations and the values that bind us together are common to us all. We believe in the pursuit of excellence. We believe in the free expression of ideas. We believe in the dignity of every human being. We believe in the value of a diverse and engaged body of citizens, and we believe that each of us can make a difference. These ideals are easier to embrace in a protected space such as a university campus. They are harder to practice in the world beyond our walls, and especially at a time when our region is beset by continuing violence. Yet as you make the transition from university life to the first years of your adult careers, you will discover that you are ambassadors not only for AUB, but for the fundamental values that we hold dear. This is a momentous time for you and your families, and in this transition, I wish you all good luck and Godspeed. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the student speakers for commencement. The first tonight is Bilal Al-Rajoub, a candidate for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. from the Honorary School of Nursing.
Good evening. I'm deeply honored to have this opportunity to be here today with all of you. Dear President Dorman, members of the Board of Trustees, deans, faculty members, parents, and distinguished guests. Thank you all for celebrating with us in this momentous event, the 146th commencement ceremony at AUB. Dear colleagues, congratulations for all of us. We survived this era of our lives. Months and years at the university were special because they helped us to become the individuals we are today. Personally, without this special and precious experience at AUB, I'm sure my life would be something completely different. I would not have such features of character as determination, self-confidence, purposefulness, commitment, and passion. Thank you, AUB, for giving me the opportunity to have this experience. Honestly, this experience was difficult enough to make me feel frustrated on many occasions. Because I'm sure me and many of my colleagues went through every hard moment you can imagine. Sleepless nights, fatigue, and even disappointment about the way we have chosen. But all of those were transient emotions evoked by lack of rest and hard studying. Dear colleagues, it's true that we have worked a lot, but our efforts gave something more than graduation. They gave us skills, knowledge, satisfaction, and invaluable experience. We gave our families and loved ones the joy that they were hoping to experience through our successful achievements. We became the scientific wealth of our countries and invaluable resources for our communities. Special thanks to our professors who were enlightening the track for us. Special thanks as well to our supporters and sponsors who helped make our college experience possible. Dear colleagues, from now on, we have a responsibility to our communities, to our world. No matter our majors, views, or approach to accomplish these responsibilities. About myself, I have been taught, trained, prepared, and well equipped at Hariri School of Nursing to take part in developing my own as well as other communities. This responsibility that I share with every one of you is all about introducing advancements and innovative ideas that can help us to overcome the challenges of our lives. This experience that we gain from AUB should be directed to serve that purpose. My colleagues, by commitment, passion, determination, and of course, knowledge and skills, we can achieve a lot. I would like to take this opportunity to say to the AUB community, please be proud of your graduates and be sure that we will do our best to demonstrate that in the world outside the AUB world. My colleagues, let us show the entire world who we are. Honestly, I can't describe my happiness and enjoyment to be part of this memorable event. And I would like to thank you again for sharing with us these moments. Thank you very much.
Our second student speaker tonight is Petra Samaha, a candidate for the degree of Master of Urban Design from the Faculty of Engineering and Architecture.
It's time to go. Time to take all the memories we shared on this campus and leave. Although our words today must be cheerful, echoing the happiness that we should be feeling, our happiness is tempered by the difficult realities of the world we're about to go out to. This world that still has much more to teach us. As each of us embarks on his or her unknown journey, it's worth taking a pause and reflecting on what AUB has taught us in our classes, but also, and perhaps most importantly, in a campus that has maintained a unique environment of open, critical thinking and commitment to religious and national diversity at a time when these values are disappearing rapidly in our region. I majored in urban design and planning, a field that requires us to engage with cities and to appreciate their incredible complexity, but also their fragility and resilience. We learn from them as much as we learn about them. While trying to understand the forces that shape our cities, we were faced with sad, seemingly global patterns of growing inequalities, environmental degradation, and worst of all, indifference. In Lebanon, cities are struggling with the scars of wars from which we have yet to recover. They are facing the numerous challenges of providing shelter, water, and education for countless impoverished populations, many of whom forcefully displaced by violence and poverty from the four corners of the country, the region, and beyond. They struggle each and every moment for a glimpse of hope. So far, our policies have proven to be fostering segregation. Beirut is becoming, day by day, a more exclusionary city. We are in a dire need to rehumanize our cities and invest in their public realm by reclaiming the shared meanings that have been missing from our urban spaces. We need to recognize and respect our differences, but also value our diversity and provide it with shared spaces that embody and nourish it. The world-renowned American planner Jane Jacobs argued, and I quote, "Cities have the capability of providing something for everybody, only because and only when they are created by everybody." The world that awaits us is in crisis, and we will have to live up to its challenges and find the determination to play a positive role in it. As a planner, I have also learned that change is possible, though often only through small interventions that act like positive chain reactions, through 1,000 tiny empowerments. My experiences at AUB have transformed my educational journey into an ethical engagement. 2 years ago, I came here with this belief that change is possible. The doors of AUB have opened to give me the know-how, but also a way of seeing and interacting with the world, allowing me to fulfill this call. Today, the same doors open again, and I leave loaded with lessons that I look forward to turn into practice. We are all extremely lucky to have got the opportunity to be part of AUB and develop our knowledge through all the resources we were offered. This empowers us, but also places a new responsibility on our shoulders to question all the hegemonies that tend to reproduce the inequalities that plague our cities. No matter which faculty we're graduating from, we have a collective responsibility to deploy our knowledge for a better future. Let the degree we earn today be a tool not only to get a good job, but also to make the world around us a better place. As a graduate, my journey at AUB was short, yet full of thriving endeavors. For these, I would like to thank our parents for supporting our untamed ambitions, our professors for teaching us to see the world with critical eyes. We will never cease to remember your guidance. AUB staff, secretaries, administrators, janitors, gardeners, and all the others who provide the basis for the institution to be what it is. My colleagues, we learned from each other as much as we have learned together throughout the courses. You have all led us to this moment through your support and guidance. Here we pledge not to be just another generation graduating. Instead, let us live up to the expectations of AUB's founders and the legacy of the generations who preceded us and planted the seeds for progress in Lebanon. Let us be proud and creative, but also giving and compassionate. Class of 2015, I hope you always keep your empathy and moral sensibility dealing with the challenges of life. Let each and every graduate among you be one of those 1,000 tiny empowerments. I wish you all lives full of meaning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Bilal and Petra, both. As part of its educational mission, the American University of Beirut is committed to honoring the good works that people do in the world. Tonight, we continue our tradition of awarding honorary degrees at commencement in the presence of our graduating class, their families, our faculty and trustees, and other august public figures. The two honorands we celebrate today have each exerted a profound impact of their own. One as a renowned public intellectual, humanitarian, and author, and another as a groundbreaking director who has changed the face of contemporary theater. In all cases, it requires courage to follow one's deepest convictions, and it is this courage that we hope for and desire in our students, and indeed in all of our community members. I now have the pleasure of introducing each of the individuals being honored this evening. I would like to invite Ismail Sarageddin to the rostrum. Ismail Sarageddin is both a devoted son of Egypt and a true global citizen. A prolific writer and an expert on sustainable development, Sarageddin's life and career have been marked by a profound dedication to social welfare and pursuing the public good. Currently, Sarageddin is founding director and chairman of the board of the modern Biblioteca Alexandrina, which opened its doors in 2002 and has fast become one of Egypt's premier cultural venues. Like its ancient predecessor, the new Library of Alexandria is much more than just a library. It includes 4 permanent museums, a planetarium, several specialized libraries, and a vast digital collection. The Historical Library of Alexandria was one of the most esteemed institutions of learning and knowledge in the ancient world, thanks in large part to the vision and determination of Ismail Sarageddin. The new Biblioteca Alexandrina is recapturing the same spirit of openness and scholarship and aspires to be a great center of learning with global reach. Before taking on this gargantuan task, Sarageddin had a highly successful career at the World Bank, where he championed issues ranging from water resources and education to environmentally and socially sustainable development. His breadth of knowledge and intellectual curiosity are truly remarkable. An astute observer and skillful author, His body of work includes treatises on science and technology, democracy and reform, the environment, culture and arts, as well as access to education and freedom of expression. He is highly sought after for his erudition and broad experience, and has served on a wide range of boards and advisory committees. He is also the cultural and scientific advisor to the Egyptian Prime Minister, and for his numerous accomplishments, leadership and writing, he has been celebrated with awards and recognition from all over the world. Today, we recognize Dr. Sarageddine for his landmark contributions as a humanitarian, writer, and public intellectual, as well as for his steadfast commitment to creating a more tolerant, just, and humane society. Ismail Sarageddine, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to receive this distinction from AUB. First, because of the distinction of the university that bestows it. For the AUB is not only the oldest modern university in the Middle East, it is by far the most renowned for its academic excellence, an institution linking East and West, which is now marking a century and a half of continuous successful operation. The ideal of the university as a community of scholars is best reflected in the reality of AUB than almost anywhere else. This special community that covers 120 academic programs emphasizes the values of tolerance, pluralism, and dedication to truth and honor. Humane values that are taught by teacher example and student practice. These are exactly the values that the Arab world today needs to highlight as it confronts the paroxysm of extremism, violence, and barbarism that we are witnessing all around us. Indeed, this vision of the university as a community of scholars from all backgrounds and disciplines implies the adoption of certain values: dedication to the pursuit of truth, honoring the contribution of others, teamwork, plus a certain constructive subversiveness, because advances always involve overthrowing the existing paradigm, or at least significantly expanding or modifying it. And this constant renewal and advancement of our understanding is a feature of the academic and scientific enterprise. It requires tolerant engagement with the contrarian view, accepting to arbitrate disputes by the rules of evidence and rationality. The content of the work is what is discussed, not the person who produced it, regardless of their nationality, the color of their skin, the God they choose to worship, the ethnic group they were born into, or their gender. The academic community requires freedom, freedom to inquire, to challenge, to think, to imagine the unimagined. It cannot function within the arbitrary limits of convention, nor can it flourish if it is forced to shy away from challenging the accepted. So the AUB is not only educating youth and giving them degrees, it is also, and perhaps primarily, nurturing within them the values that must govern a humane society now and forever. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this degree is not just a great honor, it's an inspiration for me and for others. And I hope every one of this graduating class to redouble our efforts to spread these humane values and to think of the unborn, remember the forgotten, give hope to the forlorn, include the excluded, reach out to the unreached, and by doing so, lay the foundation for better tomorrows. To the members of the university, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I now invite Peter Sellers to step forward. Peter Sellers is one of the most compelling, ingenious, and audacious figures of contemporary theater. An artist, director, mentor, and teacher, he pushes beyond the traditional boundaries of theatrical arts to explore the human condition and confront perennial moral issues. As a director, he is known for reimagining classical works in modern and unique settings that stand in stark contrast to traditional renditions. An early example was his staging of Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra in a swimming pool at Harvard University. He is also famous, and to some infamous, for incorporating contemporary social critique in his production of classical plays and operas. Later in life, he turned to the creation of new operas based on major events and figures of the modern era. With longtime collaborator and composer John Adams, he conceived and directed Nixon in China, The Death of Klinghoffer, and Dr. Atomic. Suffused through his body of work is a strong conviction that opera has the power to speak to the most important questions about humanity and morality. For over 25 years, Peter Sellers has taught at the University of California at Los Angeles and is now a distinguished professor of world arts and culture. A teacher and mentor, he is a firm advocate of empowering the younger generation to pursue their passions with determination, but also with humanity and humility. At UCLA and elsewhere, he encourages students to use art to investigate and understand issues of social justice and ethical behavior. He is also an enthusiastic mentor to aspiring artists around the globe and is currently working with Beirut-based artist and director Maya Zabib. Sellers has always appreciated that great art lives and thrives everywhere. He travels extensively to practice his craft and learn from other artists in their own countries. In 2013, he made a memorable visit to AUB, sharing his energy and creativity with numerous groups, including our own choir and choral society. So it is a great pleasure to welcome Peter Sellers back to AUB in order to confer upon him an honorary doctorate for his outstanding career as an artist and innovator, as well as for his deep conviction that art has the power to effect real and positive change in the world. Peter Sellers, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And now Dr. Sellers will deliver tonight's keynote address.
Good evening, fabulous graduates. Thank God you're here. We need you. You are arriving on schedule. Do not delay one more second. Now, of course, when I graduated from university, the devil was waiting with a giant job at evil Citibank, and we could get really rich by destroying the world. Apparently, the devil is taking the day off for you guys, and there are no jobs available at all. So one of the coolest things is you don't have to say, oh, I had to do something I hate just to make a living. That's not available to you. So now go ahead and do something you love. Totally, totally, totally. And of course, the cool thing, if the job isn't there, of course, create it. Right? Anything that needs to be done, you can tell it needs to be done because no money is available. Anything that doesn't need to be done pays very well. If you're ever confused, that's how you can tell the difference. And of course, what we learn is actually, you know, if you follow the lives of a certain rich people, money isn't really the solution. Money can help with a few things, but actually money can damage many more things. And the solution actually is never rich people. The solution is always the poorest people in the world. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, you name it, Moses led really poor people. There are no extra people on earth. Every single human being is needed. And what's powerful is to be with you tonight and say, all right, here is the new elite, here are the new leaders, and your empowerment is to empower every last person. And your leadership style is understanding that knowledge, power, movement, and change is held by communities, not by individuals. It's communities that create justice. It's individuals that are capable of creating lack of justice. People are crying for justice everywhere. We need completely new processes. We need to reinvent a whole lot of things. In fact, the job is a creative job. Business as usual, we've seen where it's led to. World poverty has tripled in the last 25 years. Not a good record. Hello, let's do something different, please. We've seen the things that don't work, and we've seen them over and over and over and over again. That's enough. My advice, simply as an artist, is you start with the holes in your life. You start with the missing pieces in your own life. You start with everything broken in your whole life. You start with everything you're not proud of and you don't know. The breakthroughs are not with what we know. It's with what we don't know yet. The deepest part of your life is the missing part. The part that feels incomplete, broken, painful, shameful. You're not alone. That's your empowerment. What makes us human is not really our successes. In fact, a lot of successful people are quite inhuman. What makes us human is we're all struggling. What makes us human is we're all wrong quite often. What makes us human is we don't know. What makes us human is our mistakes, our failures, and our tragedies. And that's where we become equal. Rumi, of course, has that beautiful phrase, the wound is where the light enters. It's the only place where you're open to receive, and it's the place where you're sensitive. A wound, if somebody even touches it just a little, our insensitive selves become sensitive. Go from there. Go from where you're not confident. Realize the treasure of that. That's where the breakthrough is, and that's where you're in solidarity with the lowest person living on a street. And it lets you be with that person as an equal. And it lets you insist on equality in every relationship in your life. Start from that humility. And you will be blessed, and you will become the blessing. In this time of massive dehumanization of 9/10 of the planet, I would like to say, please let us have the humanities step forward. It is time for the humanities. I love the sciences, but excuse me, the humanities. We're at the point now where, in fact, separating these fields is a mistake, because health is also a cultural question. All of these questions are interconnected. We all need to work together in groups, putting all of our expertise together in really multi-layered levels of approaches to complicated problems, which cannot be solved just as design, just as public health, just as legal. All of these factors need to work together to transform a society. May I ask you, now that you've gotten your degrees in your individual schools, please collaborate with people from other schools. Reach across. Realize that other disciplines actually deepen and support your discipline. What we need to do now with the humanities is redefine what it means to be a human being, particularly people who have been assumed to be less than human, or people who think of themselves as superhuman. Both need to be addressed. Please. I want to leave you with just 3 things. One is, every single thing will be a budget limitation, a budget cut. You are entering the age of the budget cut. The answer is no, we don't have money to do that. This is where there's a slight distinction between the sciences and what I could call non-scientific knowledge. Scientific knowledge is about everything that can be measured. Non-scientific knowledge is about everything that cannot be measured. How much your grandmother loves you. There's no number. And that takes us into what we call the 4 immeasurables. Love, you'll never run out. Courage, it's always there for you. Compassion, endless. And generosity. The more generous you are, the more you have to work with every minute of your life. Generosity, generosity, generosity is the solution to the budget cut. More generosity. And finally, my favorite 7 limbs of enlightenment, because now you're entering the world as enlightened beings. Step 1, mindfulness. Pay attention. Just pay attention. 3/4 of the world can be solved by just paying attention. If someone would just pay attention, please. And of course, almost every human being on earth feels that nobody has ever really listened to them. When you're working with someone or when you're working with a group, listen. Pay attention. Listen. Step 2, investigation. Ask the questions that have not yet been asked. There are a new set of questions, and those will demand a new set of answers. And if you ask a better question, you get a much better answer. And it's time for much better answers. We need your new questions. Third limb of enlightenment, energy. Just don't lose energy. Don't lose energy. It's just going to take all the energy on Earth. But that energy comes when you're doing something worth doing. And when you're doing something not worth doing, you have no energy. Step 4, joy. Joy. J-O-Y. Joy. Hello. Joy. Enjoy yourselves. Of course the work is hard, so you have to have fun. The work is very hard. So you can't get bitter, you can't get angry, you have to keep your joy, your humor, your hilariousness, the craziness. Joy has to be with you every minute, and once you're joyous, you can be calm. Please don't freak out. We see everybody around us freak out every single day. It has not made a better world. You have to be the people who actually don't freak out. Stay calm. Yes, it's going to get worse. Stay calm. And once you stay calm, you can let go and not insist on having everything your way, but recognize that a community is speaking and something's going to move a deeper way than you had imagined. Finally, of course, concentration. Just keep your focus. There is a reason they want you addicted to your computer, because they want you distracted every single minute. They don't want you to be able to have one thought for longer than a second and a half. Concentrate. Follow it through. Stay with it. And then finally, equanimity. Treat everyone as your equal, particularly the person who you really hate and who's trying to kill you. Guess what? God did not create the world based on what you like. So get over it. A whole bunch of people you hate and who hate you were also created by God. Figure that one out. Find unexpected beauty, unexpected goodness in your worst enemy, because it is too late in history to work oppositionally. Anything we do, we have to do together, and we have to find a way to work together with the people we never thought we would stand next to. This is the time. Let's move forward together. Thank you, brilliant graduates. We're ready for you. Go! Thank you. Go!
Mr. President, recommendations for degrees to be conferred today have already been made by the various faculties and schools of the university. In accordance with established procedures, the candidates who have satisfactorily completed all the requirements and are deemed worthy by the University Senate to be awarded degrees will now be presented to you by their respective deans or directors. President Dorman, I call upon you to confer the degrees.
Mr. President, as Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, and on behalf of my colleagues in the faculty, I have the honor to present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Arts in Financial Economics, and Master of Science in Environmental Sciences. Will the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have completed all the requirements and express the hope that your learning will lead you to advance knowledge in or enrich the practice of your chosen field.
I now call upon the candidates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts and Sciences to come to the stage.
Candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Arab and Middle Eastern History, Karen Raif Mkhayber. Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Theoretical Physics, Ula Ma'moon Husayki Mala'ib. غنى فوزي محمود الحلبي. Candidates for the degree of Master of Arts, Ruwaida Hussein Abu Eid, Melissa Garbis Ajamian, نورة جلال الدين وفاء محمد البدري، هلا محمد بري، فرح يوسف الشمعة، ديما يحيى شاتيلا، لين فادي درويش، مايا عماد ديا، أولي دانستات، إريك جيمس إيكونومي، راين لي فيسك، ماكسويل برانش جاردنر، لياس عصام الغزال، فرح أحمد الحاج، بلسم يوسف حلاوي، داليا علي حمود، سهى جعفر حرب، فاطمة أحمد حجازي، نرمين عماد الدين الحر، بيان عبد الحفيظ عيتاني، سارة منذر الجمل، إبراهيم محمد علي جوهري، غنوة مروان الجردي، مروة رشيد الكبي، روز سمير كفوري، رندا محمد الخطيب، حنين بشير أحمد خيري، ريهام خليل قوتلي، مايا عثمان المجذوب، هدى خضر منصور، هلا بديع المر، لونا سمير الريشماني، تينا سركيسة حكيان، رمس شفيق يوسف ساحوري، رولا جهينة عمر الصواف، أنا إيزابيلا سيريو، كريستينا آن تكاسك، أرسلا ديليكا ريس، روبرت فيتكن، هيا بسام يحيى، جيني جرجس يوسف، رند علي الزين. Candidates for the degree of Master of Science, ريهام عصام محمود أبو عامر، نادين نبيه أحمد، جيسيكا فارتان بابيكيان، ريم أسامة البلولي، نغم عماد الشعار، غنوة حسان درويش، ديما عبد دياب الحركي، ريمي غسان فياض، سينثيا جوزيف الحايك، ديانا جوزيف الحايك، غيدا نهاد عيتاني، كارين علي جعفر، مارتن مارسيل كرم، فاطمة محمد مكي، بتول حسن منتش، سامر طلعت منذر، سحر جوزيف نعيم، حسن لطفي سعدي، دانيال سابا صليبة، تالا جميل السمان كعكجي، عبد الحليم محمد خير ياسين الحشحادي، إنجريد فريد يونس، علا غسان الخطيب. Candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Financial Economics: أسعد سري أسعد أحمد عرار، سابين فادي حداد، هادي عصام جلول، شانتال شفيق خضرة، نور الهدى نظام.
Good evening. As Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, will the students awarded the degree of Doctorate of Medicine please rise? In our profession, it is a custom established more than 2,000 years ago that all those admitted to the honors of the profession must first expressly take upon themselves its obligations. Now, therefore, on behalf of your elders, I call upon you to take, as we have taken before you, the oath which bears the name of Hippocrates. I shall read to you the pledge, after which you will be asked to signify your acceptance of it. Will the Faculty of Medicine, members of the Faculty of Medicals, please rise? I do solemnly pledge before my teachers and all those present to be true to the oath. I will be loyal to the ideals of the profession of medicine and its tradition of service to all human beings. I will care for my fellow human beings with compassion, empathy, and kindness. I will follow that treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, consider for the benefit of patients while respecting their choices and beliefs. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not perform any medical procedure for criminal purposes. In the presence of epidemics or other danger, I will not allow fear of concern for personal harm to turn me from my duty. Whatever I see or hear in the lives of people which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will keep secret. All my professional acts shall be for the benefit of the sick to the utmost of my power, holding myself aloof from any act of corruption or discrimination. In purity and uprightness, I will pass my life and practice my art. While I continue to keep this oath, inviolate may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art respected by people in all times. Do you so promise? In keeping with this pledge, may each one of you be granted a long life of service and the privilege of honoring the profession which today honors you. Will my colleagues of the faculty please be seated? Mr. President, as Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and on behalf of my colleagues of the faculty, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine and Master of Sciences.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have completed all the requirements and express the hope that your learning will lead you to advance knowledge in or enrich the practice of your chosen field.
I now call upon the candidates from the Faculty of Medicine to come to the stage. The first candidate will be the recipient of the Penrose Award from the Faculty of Medicine for 2015. Will Carl Edward Safe please come to the stage?
نادين حسين عبد الله، جودي عبد الوهاب هندي، ريتا تاتيانا جان أبي يونس، أدهم نبيل أبو علي، سارة ريتا بيير أبو عزار، وداد اسكندر أبو شعر، خضر إبراهيم أبو ديا، غنى سعيد علاء الدين، رشا مصطفى علوي، فاتن عامر عمار، تيريز يوسف أندراوس، جان كلود جورج العرموني، جيسيكا إيليا الأسمر، ريم غسان الأسعد، مريم علي عاصي، علي حسن أيوب، إيفلين أنطوان بارود، دانيال جهاد باسيل، حسن غسان بيضون، جوزي أندري بونصيف، هاروتيون هراتش بويادجيان، جرجس ديب بستروس، سمر إبراهيم شمس، نورا إبراهيم شكر، رامي حسان دياب، مصطفى محمد دمشق، جو أنطوان عيد، جيهان سامي فتح الله، فرح نزار فيتروني، توفيق ريمو نصيف غالي، هشام وسام غندور، زياد حسن غزاوي، فادي ميشيل غيي، غسان نديم حداد، علي ماهر حيدر، منى علي حاج، بتول عادل حمود، إديت أنطوان حنا، كريستال جورج حنا، نادر صلاح هرماس، هبة حسن إسماعيل، خالد حمادي جانم، أمجد نديم كنج، محمد غازي قانصو، كريستال شبل كرم، كوستي شبل كرم، إلي أنطوان خليفة، طلال صالح الحكيمي، دينا مواهب محمصاني، مايا ديب ملعب، كارلجو زياد مهنا، عماد علي مقلد، حسن محمود مخدر، ماري خليل نادر، عمر داني نحاس، ماري رامز نخول، ليلى أنطوان نصر، حسن عبد الله ناصر with distinction، عمر نبيل نوفل، جنى عبد الحسن نور الدين، أنتوني جون وديع عبيد، أحمد خليل عنيسي، هبة محمد الريس، أروى يحيى الرفاعي، ريوى نعمي صباغ، زينة مالك صالح، كارن أدي صياد، رشيد خالد السيد، طلال محي الدين سعود، دانيا علي شكرون، راني حسن شعيتو، سارة أحمد جمال سنو، ريان عبد الرحمن سليمان تلاوي، سيرج جان سلطانم، حسام زهير طباجة، لينا طه الطاهة، رالف شامخ طيار، دانا صادق place with distinction، كريستال غسان يعقوب، يارا جميل يونان، باتريك كمال زكا، طارق فادي زغيب، زينب طلال زرقط، candidates for the degree of Master of Science: ميرنا عطا أبو حمدان، ناتالين أنيس حيدر أحمد، ليال حسن همدر، جلال محمود قزان، آثار أحمد خليل، محمد مصباح رياض المدور، سارة هشام معضاد، عمر هدى حسان سمان، وفاء موسى سويدان، رولا جهاد طرباي، نديم محمود طويل، كريستال روجيه الزغريني، سارين نزار بولاديان.
Well, now the medicine graduated, it's gonna rain. So, Mr. President, may I ask the director of the Hariri School of Nursing to present candidates of the school?
Mr. President, as director of the Hariri School of Nursing and on behalf of my colleagues, the members of the faculty of the school, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. Will all candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Nursing and express the hope that your learning will lead you to advance knowledge in or enrich the practice of your chosen field.
I now call upon the candidates from the Hariri School of Nursing to come to the stage.
Candidates of the degree of Master of Science in Nursing: Zainab Abdallah Abdel Karim Al-Far, Sandy Rafiq Aziz, سامر كمال الشامي. سولانج جورج صهيون. ريان رياض الدباح. إليز عساف الغريب. محمد محمود عيسى. بسام مروان عيتاني. نورة توفيق كعكاتي. سلمى عصام لمع. روان يوسف رعد. بلال محمد أحمد الرجوب. أملي عصام صعب. ديانا جرجس وهبي.
Mr. President, as Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Architecture, and on behalf of my colleagues in the faculty, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental and Water Resources Engineering, the degree of Master of Engineering with majors in Applied Energy, Civil Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Computer Engineering, Environmental and Water Resources Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering, the degree of Master of Engineering Management, Master of Science and Environmental Science, Master of Urban Design, and Master of Urban Planning and Policy. Will the candidates please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me, by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have completed all the requirements and express the hope that your learning will lead you to advance knowledge in or enrich the practice of your chosen field.
I now call upon the candidates from the Faculty of Engineering and Architecture to come to the stage.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering: Dima Amin Faris, هلال محمد سليم المسلماني، أيمن سهيل تاج الدين، candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering: هاني عبد الرحمن الناغي، candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering: إليش سمير الحاج، Candidates for the degree of Master of Engineering. Yara Ghassan Abbas. عمرو عادل عبد الأحد. نقولة أبي نصر. فراس عماد أبو شقرة. خالد محمد جمال أبو هويج. كارل تشارل أبو سمرة. محمد حسن علوش. ميشيل سعيد عون. نبيل ميشيل عطلة. زهوة سامي العياش. محمد عمر بركات. زاهر سليم البيسوني المصري. لما أحمد شداد. محمد إبراهيم نبيل الشيخ. عامر حبيب قمير. سلام عدنان دمياطي. غسان محمد فواز. مريم محمد فواز. مؤمن أديب الحجار. ديما زهير الحسني. وسيم عاطف جابر. كريم أحمد جمال الدين. رشا محمد الخنسة. نويل سمير الخازن. جوزيف فادي لطفي. جوليان جوزيف مسعد. غسان سمعان نجم. طارق حسن عثمان. مصطفى محمد سمير رضا. كاريل ميشيل روحانا. هوري نوبار سيرا داريان.
كيف سيدو؟ كيف ولا شيء.